Going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great week, great day so far. It has been a wonderful week for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. As you can see, most of the markets are still in the green. We are having some sell-offs on some of the altcoins. Some people are taking profits, right? There is a lot of resistance overhead. But that being said, we did break out of this massive resistance around the $86 billion mark for the altcoins. And since then, we have seen some altcoins rally. You can see we had some difficulty breaking above those key levels right here, here, and here. But finally, we smashed through, and I can tell you right now, there are a lot of people, a lot of no-coiners, a lot of Bitcoin and crypto bears absolutely stunned by this price movement. Now, I'm going to show you today why we're definitely in a reversal. I don't think we're going to be seeing these $6,000, $7,000 levels like some of these bears are calling for. Could we have a pullback? Yes. But that being said, I have so much positive news we're going to go over. I just love Baby Yoda, don't you? But that being said, guys, stick around because we're going to talk about some bullish news from actually Bakkt related to their consumer app, right? We're going to get some of the hot off the press details. Also some speculation about eBay accepting cryptocurrencies. I'm actually going to get to the bottom of that. Of course, we're going to talk about price action short term. As you can see right here, we are starting to have a little bit of consolidation. Last time we had that consolidation the other day, we sort of dumped, but then continued to pump. So could we have that same sort of movement again? We're going to get into that. Oh, and also, guys, Warren Buffett came out and finally admitted that blockchain technology could actually be disruptive for the future of payments. Yes, you heard that right. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Definitely stick around to the end. And if you're not subscribed, well, we do this every single day, and every single Monday we give away a Ledger Nano S to one lucky winner. Now let's give this a quick refresh, check out what's going on. Bitcoin dominance down almost a full 2% from the 66% that it was previously. You are noticing most of the cryptocurrencies are in the green today. Of course, we have some big gainers. Kick Token, Tron. I have some news from Tron, actually. Ravencoin, iExec, Nexo, BitTorrent, Digibyte, V-Systems, Omise Go. Let's just be honest. Lots of green. Market's getting kind of greedy out there, guys. 61. We are in the greedy territory. Now, as I told you before, the higher we climb, the more chance that there is going to be potential profits to be taken. Now, we have seen 20% pullbacks, right, in Bitcoin's history. Right now, you can see over the past 24 hours, we have had a lot of people in the longs. So a lot of the market is very bullish right now, right? Just going to kind of let you guys know that for sure. Now, man, we smashed through this level. We were trying to break above, it was around that $9,460 level. We tested it, had a fake out, tested it again and again, and finally we just blasted through. And what I like is that when we came back down to the retest, we actually had the previous resistance become the support. Now, that's very good textbook when we're looking at these charts. The other amazing thing we must go over, not just the fact that we are over the 200 moving average, which is this yellow line, but we are also closing the daily. It looks like we're going to potentially close the daily above this close that we had back here during the China pump. Now, this is a very significant level. That means we're going to have a higher close on the daily, higher close on the weekly, and hopefully, we have to see if we'll have a higher close on the monthly. Now, we still have 3 weeks left in February, so lots of time for that to play out. But for everybody that's thinking this is a sucker's rally, do I have to show you the Wall Street cheat sheet? Again, guys, we are definitely 100%, in my opinion, in the disbelief stage. Now, keep in mind, this does look like a sucker's rally, but then the disbelief stage ends up being this little guy down here at the bottom before the major blast off. So get your engines ready, my friends. Now, realistically speaking, could we have a pullback? Absolutely. In fact, we are going to have a pullback at some point. You can see right here, Bitcoin essentially was, we were respecting this trend right here, but as soon as we hit this line, we skyrocketed through it, and then we were sort of having this bounce off of this green line, and now we're sort of having this bounce off of potentially a new trend line that we've put in. So we are still putting in that parabolic trend. We have had the golden cross over here on the daily. I'm very excited about that. So if we were to have a pullback and sort of retest this green line right here, you could see Bitcoin. I was looking at the 8.8K level, but it kind of seems like now we're looking around the 9K, 9.1K level. However, don't forget we do have some of those CME futures gaps, but the biggest, most important thing, you got to zoom out. Looking at the charts right here, we are above the resistance that has been holding us down since the all-time high of 2017. That's this green line right here, and we are currently above it. Now, keep in mind, this is on the monthly. We still have to get to the end of February and maintain above this level. But if we do, then that is probably hands down the most bullish thing Bitcoin could do. So if essentially Bitcoin can close roughly above $9,400 by the end, or $9,500, depending on what chart you look at, by the end of this month, guys, that's it. It's full reversal. So if you haven't got your Bitcoin and crypto, I don't know what you're waiting for. Not financial advice, but it's probably not going to ever go below these levels ever again. Just got to say that moving forward. And you can see, like my buddy Josh Rager pointed over here, for all the Bitcoin bears in denial, the trend has officially changed, and many still don't seem to understand that. Higher highs and higher lows. You can see right here on the chart that he basically breaks down. He says it's a simple concept. Bitcoin even closed above a key level at 9,550. Okay, so he's saying 9,550. So let's just say between 9,400 and 9,600. Okay, it's kind of like a range. But you can see right here, we were putting in lower highs and lower lows. Now we are putting in higher lows and higher highs. This is a trend reversal. I know a lot of people are still in the disbelief stage, but I mean, if you've been here for like 3 years, this is what we've all been waiting for. And if you just got into crypto, wow. You're definitely lucky. I don't know how you just found out about it, but you definitely got lucky to have figured it out right now. Don't forget, we have the halving coming up in 3 months, and it might even be less than that depending on the hash rate, right? And how fast these blocks are being produced. We're seeing blocks get produced at 7 minutes, 8 minutes, right? Whereas the rough estimate is usually around 10. So we're finding them faster. The faster we find them, considering it's every 210,000 blocks, well, we could be seeing potentially a halving by the end of April. So what is the strategy moving forward? Well, probably not a great idea to be shorting unless you're very confident on where to short the resistances. What I'm going to be doing moving forward is actually buying or longing the dips. So essentially, when you have a nice pullback, obviously, what is your definition of a nice pullback? Well, for me, we could obviously use these. I lost the chart. We could obviously use these trends right here, but you may have a different strategy. But for me, it's essentially long the dips, okay? Or buy the dips if you're not trading, okay? And obviously, if you're new to crypto, I don't recommend trading, and I definitely don't recommend you using things like leverage trading, which are for really advanced traders only, okay? If you are interested, I do have a tutorial popping above. But seriously, guys, that being said, really seriously buying the dip is probably going to be your best opportunity if you're new to crypto. Now, here's a little bit of the speculation. So there's speculation that eBay could potentially look to essentially accept Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies moving forward. Now, the reason that they are saying this is because of a report that came out in the Wall Street Journal that the Intercontinental Exchange, which don't forget are the guys behind Bakkt, were looking to potentially buy eBay's marketplace, and this would give eBay a valuation of about $30 billion. Well, we looked into it. It says ICE did say that they did look into buying eBay, so it's not a total false fake news, I guess, but it is a little bit speculation because they said that eBay did not engage in any meaningful way, so there wasn't any negotiation that took place. So yes, ICE is actually looking to potentially purchase eBay, but eBay has kind of been giving them the cold shoulder. They're not really interested. So that's kind of to squash a little bit of those rumors about eBay accepting Bitcoin and crypto. But one thing that is not a rumor is the Bakkt consumer app, which is coming out. So let me read it because I love the way they worded it. Listen how they worded this. They say, wouldn't it be great if you could open a digital wallet and view the sum total of all your rewards programs for hotels, pharmacies, bank cards, etc., all in one place, and then convert them directly into cash. Then you could spend all those thousands of unused airline miles as dollars to buy, let's say, an Apple Watch, or to take your spouse to dinner at the corner pizzeria, right? So loyalty points that you don't even know that you have, keep in mind the average American has more than a dozen reward programs, are suddenly spendable as the bucks in your checking account just by scanning your rewards app at the checkout counter. You're probably wondering, why am I even talking about loyalty points? Well, keep in mind that they are looking to integrate Bitcoin into the consumer app. In fact, that's going to be at the forefront, right? We've seen Starbucks, Microsoft, right, participation. So they say what's more is you could even get cash for video game points you could use to buy, say, a sword in a video game or maybe an NFT, right? And trade your points for your Bitcoin on the same wallet. That's the vision of Bakkt, right? Now, just scrolling down here, this is, Jeff Sprecher, CEO. So this is like a mock-up. This isn't obviously the real app, what it's going to look like, but essentially they say it would require merchants like your neighborhood bar to alter their payment process so they're linked directly to the Bakkt app. So getting stores on board will require a big marketing and persuasion effort. So it's not like this is going to happen overnight. Even if they do come out with a consumer app, you still have to get these other franchises and stores on board, right? And, if you want your mom and pop shops to even use it, they're going to have to get on board as well. But Don't forget, we do have Lightning Labs, and I'm going to get into them a little bit later because they had some freaking breaking news as well. But other breaking news, this is from Fidelity. We have Clear, the provider of a settlement system. And this is, by the way, guys, if really like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies were a failed effort and Bitcoin was going to zero, why are all these people trying to develop all these different apps right now to make it more consumer friendly, to bring it to the public? Okay, because this is what they need. They need apps that, I say this all the time on the channel, but your grandma, your uncle, basically the everyday average person can use, just like Instagram or Snapchat or things that we're familiar with, right? Anyway, long story short. Essentially, Clear, the provider of settlement system that uses blockchain to facilitate cross-border B2B trading, has finalized a $13 million Series A investment fund. Now, this also comes from Fidelity's investment arm, 8 Roads, formerly known as Fidelity Ventures. So they believe that they can save global commerce and a good chunk of that expenditure by using an interoperable technology stack that can cut through all of the friction-inducing processes. But here's the cool thing. They're not just using Bitcoin. They're not just using Ethereum or whatever. They say in order to encourage as many companies as possible, they're going to support and operate on multiple blockchain protocols. Okay. So they want it to be interoperable. I don't know what blockchains they're going to use. Maybe they're going to use, EOS and Tron, and I have no idea. Okay. But essentially they're going to be multi-blockchain agnostic, and a smart contract layer can also be used to speed up the conflict of resolution. So that's just one more thing. Oh, guys, and Lightning, which is coming to Bitcoin. Well, it already is on Bitcoin, but it's going to be even better. You can see that they have essentially raised $10 million as well, a seed round from Square, again, Jack, the CEO from Twitter, Robinhood co-founder, and Litecoin creator Charlie Lee, among others. So they announced today that they launched their first financial service product, Lightning Loop, to monetize the layer 2 technology that sits on top of blockchain. And they say if this new breed of cryptocurrency, oh, and don't forget, we had those other guys competing the other day too, I forget their name. Yeah, I checked the video. Remember, there was another company that's also working on like second layer, but they say if this new breed of cryptocurrency products catches on, it would amount to a Visa payments network without Visa as a gatekeeper. So according to Lightning Labs co-founder Elizabeth Stark, she says we're building the Visa network for Bitcoin. But what I think is powerful is, unlike Visa, anybody can build on it. Oh, and not to mention that Square is also working on their Lightning API developer kit, so anybody essentially can drag and drop and create their own plugin for the Lightning network without having to use a node. And you're not bullish, not you, but anybody that's watching this video, if you're not bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, what are you even watching this channel for? My goodness, guys, this is what we've been waiting for. Okay, all right, and I have to talk about Tron. I have to talk about this because we all know the big meeting that was supposed to happen between Justin Sun and Warren Buffett. Well, it turns out it finally happened. They finally had their meeting, and this happened. When did this happen? The date is in here somewhere. This happened on the 23rd. I guess they kept it a little bit hush. And it says they enjoyed steaks and Coca-Cola at the Happy Hollow Club in Omaha, Nebraska. There were a lot of conversations around blockchain and crypto. Crypto and blockchain are still at their infant stage. And Mr. Buffett said blockchain has its value. He still didn't come out and say anything about Bitcoin, so maybe Bitcoin is still rat poison squared to him. But he did say there are a lot of incredible companies in the payment realm, and he believes blockchain technology will have a disruptive effect on the future of payments. Kind of like what we just talked about with, here, or what we just talked about, here, or, here. Okay, guys, are you seeing a little bit of a trend here? This is definitely going to be massive. And, by the way, among a slew of gifts, Justin Sun presented Warren Buffett with a Samsung phone loaded with 1 Bitcoin and a number of Tron coins that corresponded with the 89-year-old's birthday. Hope it was more than 89 coins, because that's not really a lot of coins as far as Tron is concerned. However, we do have some adoption. I do want to talk about this because we do have a lot of excitement in the altcoins, and I want to talk about what Chiliz and Engine are doing. Now, I love what Engine are doing. I love the ERC20 standards that they've, especially the 1155 standard, which, by the way, if you guys don't know anything about ERC standards like 20, 1155, stuff like that, check out my video popping up above where I explain all of the standards. If you're new, sometimes this, crypto jargon can get a little confusing, but essentially they're building NFTs for sports and entertainment, right? So these are going to be tradable tokens that represent real world assets, or maybe even just digital things, right? But what's cool about them is they're unique, they're individual, they have their own identification, and they are non-fungible. Whereas, for example, cryptos are fungible, right? If I send you a Bitcoin, you don't really know the difference. I mean, technically you could trace it back and Maybe you could trace it to some nefarious activity and it could be some tainted Bitcoin, but to the average person, you can't tell, right? So if you guys are familiar with CryptoKitties, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is just more news moving forward. Oh yeah, and just kind of talking about the global state of things, a group of 70 lawmakers from Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, which has been working on proposals to issue digital currency, is set to release details tomorrow. So if this doesn't show you that the world is turning digital, we're moving to the blockchain space, we're seeing the value in cryptocurrencies and stable coins and Bitcoin and Lightning and second layer and consumer apps and custodial solutions, and the list goes on, guys. So once again, could Bitcoin have a price pullback? Of course it could, guys. It's a market. People are trading, right? But that being said, moving forward, this space is very promising, and yeah, if your bags aren't loaded up at this point, not quite sure what you're waiting for. So let's see. Yeah, we are consolidating right here, guys. So we are going to have a breakout or breakdown. We might have another retest down to maybe like the 9.6K level and then have a bounce back up or something like that. Or we could retest one of those major levels that I said before. Don't forget, 8,800 is still kind of in play right now. But every day that we kind of stay above these levels, less and less likely it looks like we're going to go down to those levels. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you stuck around all the way to the end, give yourself a pat on the back. Also, I added a bunch of links up here. I just got an Instagram. I literally haven't posted anything, so it's very boring. I don't expect you to sign up, but I'm going to start using it more. Do you guys want me to use TikTok? Is that something that would interest you? I've been very skeptical about that, so I'm not too sure. I do have my Twitter and obviously our free Telegram group, and if you want to subscribe, just click the link. But that's essentially it for me today. If you want to support the channel, I do have links below. I don't require you to use them. Stopping by, checking out the channel, dropping a comment, that's all that matters to me. Thanks again for coming back. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. I freaking love you. Be safe out there. Don't FOMO. Don't trade with emotions, okay? And that's it for me. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. Peace out.